evening, traders from across the globe, and welcome to the 1686th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni. Good evening, traders. This 1686th installment of these educational videos is coming at you on a Tuesday night for Trading Wednesday. That is October 18th, 2017. Traders, as you know, and if you don't, you certainly should find out shortly if you're going to do this for a living. Futures trading is extremely risky, causes substantial financial loss, is certainly not suitable for all traders. You must have risk capital to lose, and I mean lose if you're going to play this game. Know that a stop in this industry is your best friend. Put your best friend in. Put your stop in first before you trade. Don't worry about slippage. Put the stop in. It is the only thing that will save you when things go wrong. Now, let's talk about what could, I emphasize, go right. Traders, green OMNI on the board, emini, S&P, NASDAQ, Russell, and AMGN. AMGN, we'll talk about that. Gold, well, let's start up here. Emini, S&P, NASDAQ plus the Russell equals wow. That's all I could say. When I looked at the charts, I went, wow, look at that, especially the Russell. And I've got great charts I'll show you in just a few moments. Gold's not so shiny lately. I think maybe another down day. We'll see where it goes. So we're going to take a look at the short side of gold, the long side of Russell, emini, S&P, NASDAQ. And in this last video, I showed you a soybeans chart. In the video prior to this one, I showed you a soybeans chart and said, this is an Oscarism known as a head test, and you should sidestep soybeans and allow it to tell you first before you do anything. Well, I think the head test looks like that's all it was, and I'll show you that chart. So from the last video that we did previous to this one, you'll see the difference between what soybeans was. Is it a head test and where it looks like it's going? And I'll present you with a chart on AMGN, and I'll tell you what, it looks pretty strong. Traders, Omni campers, I'll see you in just a couple of days. Are you excited? Go Vegas. I'll see you here. I'm excited. You're going to love what's coming next. With no further ado, let's go look at some charts. Traders, E-mini S&P daily bar behaved inside of this channel for so long it got boring. And look what it's done since. Above the channel in a very smart-looking Oscarism, if you will, known as the F flag. Bang! Looking great. Now, where's that F flag? Above this line, which has been keeping this in check for a long time. Right down, back up, stays in check, back down. So, and here, same sort of action. More right, it went up, came back down. So, this has kept the S&P in check for quite some time. And look where it sits now. Isn't that interesting? It just wants to keep on moving higher. We are a buyer of dips. Look at your NASDAQ. Now, it just got above previous highs just recently. It's got a long way to go. Now, there's a huge channel here, and we could be threatening the top of that channel, but that's a long way from here. We'll worry about that if it gets up that high. But we are looking at least for a day trade. Remember, for a day trade, for Wednesday, we're looking to get long a dip in NASDAQ. And you've got the Russell now. That one looks really, really interesting. Big bull flag. That is a bull flag, undoubtedly, right? So you've got a big bull flag, kissed the bottom of that bull flag on Tuesday's lows and rallied out from there. That is interesting. Let's see where that wants to go. I like the Russell right here. And then you've got your Dow Jones Transportation Average. The only spoil sport here. Look at this thing going in the wrong direction. However, it has had a pretty decent rally, and it's cooling off a little, and it is the transportation average, and it's still absorbing the whole change in atmosphere, the way we move crude around this planet, around this country. It is different than it's ever been before. There is way less crude going out on trains. It's going through pipelines. And you know what? The transportation average had a lot of trouble digesting that. So what's happening here, I say, leave it alone, let it go crazy, follow your other indices for now. And if this is leading, we'll figure that out in a few days. And now you've got gold, switching out to the commodities. Gold, look at it, look at the way it acts around this average. Boom, stays below, holds, gets above, holds, stays above. Here holds, but it finally breaks, stays below, comes back up, and bingo, just 2 days ago, it tried to get above the average and broke down. Bearish OMNI, so a red OMNI plus failure at that average. We will be trying to sell rallies in gold for Wednesday. And here is that soybean comparison chart. Right here in Oscarism, and this is nowhere else on the planet but right here at the Omni Trading Academy. How do I know that? I invented the technique. It's an Oscarism known as a head test, and I showed you this very same chart and said, you better sidestep this at least for a day or two. Let it tell you that it wants to blast off, because otherwise I think it's just a head test of the head and shoulders. That's where it was, and so far, this is what happened, and you got to give the head test a round of applause. Now, will it blast off and go higher? Well, it certainly could, but so far the head test, it failed at it and is working its way back down. That's interesting. The only thing that can happen here is this becomes a bull flag, and if this is not a bull flag, when all is said and done, if this is not a bull flag, down we will go. Almost decided now. We'll find out very shortly. I don't think that's a bull flag, but we'll let the markets tell us. So that's your soybeans comparison. And then finally, we go out to the stocks and we look at AMGN. Now, I just showed you the Russell 2000, and if that and the Russell 2000 aren't twins, I've never seen one before. That is basically the same pattern right now that the Russell is showing you. I think the Russell's bullish. I think AMGN is bullish. So AMGN, bull flag, looks like the Russell, looks bullish. We'd be a buyer of dips in AMGN. Come to livewithoscar.com and let me show you that stock. So traders, you've seen the charts. You've got my technical argument, my opinion why. You've got a green Omni in the indices and AMGN. Traders, if you've been following the stocks that Omni's been putting out, we've only had a few stocks this year that didn't work out. GWW, for instance, Granger. I put that in front of you, I don't know, 15 days ago. Do you know that thing's up over $30 since I presented you with that stock? Many of the stocks we've shown you here at livewithoscar.com that the Omni picked up on have done quite well. Now, we've also called stocks that went down, so you can't say throw a dart, Omni can pull a stock going up. Yeah, try calling the ones that go down in this environment. We can do that too. If you'd like to get those recommendations, the moment they come out, hot off the press, come to livewithoscar.com. You want the platinum membership. That will give you the trades the moment Omni puts them out, when we're buying, when we're selling, where we're placing stops, when we would take profit if the Lord wants to grant it. If you like that, if you would like to follow the Omni, livewithoscar.com. See you there. Traders, I've got a live trading room, free access to the public, so come on down to www.livewithoscar.com. I'll see you in my trading room. Barring that, Omni campers, can't wait to see you. As I said, I don't know when I will hold the next Omni camp. I have no schedule on Omni camps. I do not plan them, out in time. When I get the urge to hold another, I'll get in front of this camera and I'll give a date, and boom, we'll have another one planned. In between now and then, if you'd like to be on the list to be considered for the next 5 candidates at the next Omni camp, livewithoscar.com. Click your OmniCamp application banner and fill out that application. I'll consider you for the next camp. Traders, that's it. I'll see you at the site. Remember, keep your emotions out of trading. One of the best things you can do, in my opinion, to help keep those emotions at bay, and believe me, I know that's not easy, but try this. Say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. livewithoscar.com. I'll see you there. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided.